Oh, let's see if there's any more meat on the bone of Dan Le Batard's show on this topic.
It's funny that the athlete lament as old as time has always been like, you don't know what it's like to play this game. And so now they go to content creation and still say that to content creators.
Totally.
Who never hit them back with, you don't know what you're doing. And the only reason you're getting anywhere is because you're invoking the name of a content creator. The playing between the white lines only seems to apply to the sports.
Totally.
And they can come over and have a billion failed podcast and just keep towing the company line. It's just funny.
Oh, that was deep. I like that. I disagree with it, but I like that. Okay, so what he's basically saying is, look, athletes, y'all used to always have protection in your sport because guess what? You say, hey, you don't know what it feels like to do this. You can't do this. You're not me. All right. And then now all of a sudden we're doing content creation, athletes. And then he's like, look, you can't say that now. And then the athletes are like, well, you got to understand what I did before. Let's look at it as a science. You got to qualify. Objectively, almost qualify. Now, we know that's not true because human beings are making selections. Draft is about human beings, so it can't be completely objective. But there's a certain height, a general height is even better way of saying it. General height, general weight, general speed, general strength, right? You got to be able to keep up the flow of traffic on the football field. If you can't do that, you ain't gonna make it. Flow of traffic on the basketball court. If you 5'1", let's just say you're not gonna make it. If you're 7'1", let's just say we're gonna try everything in the world to make you make it. You get it? Okay. So that's the sports element. Content creators sitting there like, all right, we can't do that. We don't qualify. We're too slow, too fat, 2 left feet. Whatever it is, we can't do that. But we're gonna create content. The athlete goes from that science over there to the art over here. And when they come over here, content creation is not a science, right? This is not a science. I am literally looking at the internet and just covering sports and sports media and I'm a guest on everybody's show. I got that mindset from being a DJ. One day as a DJ AM, rest in peace, the great, was like a mentor for me. And then after him, Hopper, DJ Hopper, my dog, he is my mentor. And it was like, dog, you know the best part of producing, the best part about DJing is the production. You get to make Michael Jackson go with Drake. You get to have Young Jeezy go with NWA. You get to produce every song ever. You get to remix it. So that's what the athletes are doing in the content space. They're remixing it. They're like, look, good for you. You have this big show. Good for you. You guys have all these hot takes. I'm just going to tell you stories. I'm going to tell you stuff you don't know. I'm going to tell you stuff you didn't experience. And that's the art. Your art is your art. Our art is our art. I thought it was fascinating what he said. That was a whole segment in itself.
Plus, Stephen A. Smith is saying to himself, and sometimes out loud, I am playing the game. I'm playing my game better than you play your game.
That's one of the things that I find so interesting about the athletes flooding this particular space. When you come to fight with Stephen A. Smith, what you're doing is playing his game his way on his turf, and he's better at it than almost anybody is. It's a losing proposition for the athlete to go on his court, just like it would be a losing proposition for him to wear that jacket and dress shoes and try to play Jaylen Brown on his court.
Tremendous point again. You don't lose when you go against Stephen A. Smith. Let's just get it straight. Let's not say that Jaylen Brown is not losing in anybody's eyes. Like he just heightened the awareness about a topic that people in Boston are like, yo, dog, you out the playoffs. Don't say anything good. That's typical fan behavior. Look, when you're hurt, we don't want to see you at the mall. Okay, when we're out the playoffs, don't say it was your favorite year. Right? All that stuff. But that blows over. Ain't nobody caring about that. But going against Stephen A. Smith, you're not losing. Stephen A. Smith is he's certainly winning. Stephen A. Smith, this is content for him, so he's winning. He's the star of his own content that he's producing and he's talking through. But let's not act like this is very difficult to do. Like you're talking. This is why I don't respect the media's ego like I do an athlete. I don't respect the media's grind like an athlete. I don't. I've done both. To talk is, if you can talk, you can talk. I could go to the club tonight and get 10 dudes that could come tomorrow and do this show with me. Go to the club tonight and find 10 dudes that can play ball. Get that little park and rec league intramural shit out of my face. You can't find 10 dudes that are pro ready, but I can find 10 dudes that are pro content creator ready. So you're not losing against Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith gonna talk, he gonna win, but then how you gonna present? Did Kyrie Irving lose against Stephen A. Smith? Did Kevin Durant lose against Stephen A. Smith? Did Max Kellerman lose against Max may have, no. Max got other jobs in the building, but they were all rigged. But the point is, you don't lose going against Stephen A. Smith automatically. It's based on what you do once that opposition is faced.
And more predictable than an athlete going on a podcast to tell a podcaster he doesn't know how to play sports. You ever notice?
Blah, blah, blah. I could have just let that go and then said all that what I just said. Out of sequence, Wiley. That's why you should have watched the clips before. Tremendous end to that segment. Good for them. To button it up, I just love that this is all a disguise for a fight for territory. This is just humans being humans. And typically it's men being men. We have to conquer, right? So you got athletes, and don't get it twisted, because this is how they're twisting it. Content creators wanted to be athletes. They just couldn't get in the club. How you gonna hate from the club? You can't even get in. What Chris Brown say? Let's go. That song goes. Content creators couldn't get in. Just stop it. It's okay, dog. Dog, I'm not little. Some things you're just not. Okay? I'm not small. No. I'm not short. No. I'm not dumb. Some things you are, some things you are not. That's called the identity of others. Too deep in sociology. Point being, you are defined by who you are, but you're also defined by who you are not. I defined myself young as a kid. My identity was, I knew I wasn't a gangster. I knew I wasn't tough. I'm about to ride on somebody. I wasn't that type of tough. I was a mentally tough kid. I ain't gonna physically try to out-tough you. I knew I wasn't gonna be a thug. I wasn't gonna be a class clown. Unless I did my work already. Point being, you know who you are and you know who you're not. And I tell most kids, start with who you're not gonna be. Because it's too hard to figure out who you are. But that's the road to getting there. It's called the definition of others. Identity of others. Anyway, content creators, athletes, content creators like, I'm trying to get in the club. Man, get your ass up out of here. All right, I'm going to go create content exclusively. Good. When I'm done playing the sport, or maybe while I'm playing the sport, Draymond Green and others, Paul George, I'm going to come over there too. Oh, you trying to tell me I could get in the club? That's why you know the athlete's going to win. It's okay. I don't know why they pitting it against each other. We could do both. You could do one. And how do I know that? I saw you in the 8th grade. You suck. It's okay. You suck. Leave it alone. Move on. Stop having this resentment. Because then when they hear that, and if it stings them, what I just said, hey, dog, you suck in basketball. If that stings you, I hate to see your content creation. I hate to see what you're going to create. You know why? Because you're going to let that envy, jealousy, resentment out. And that's what the athletes are saying. Dog, why are you mad at me because you can't get in the club? All right, I'm going to come to your club and tear it up and pop bottles on your head. That's all I've got to say about that. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities. Oh, that wasn't enough? Y'all want some more? Well, check out the link in my bio, Hydration Situation Live. Blah, blah, blah. Right. I'm glad he said that. No one chooses football.
Football chooses you.
It's so crazy people still stuck in Patrick Mahomes in the offense. I'm like, do you see these numbers?
This is Marcellus Wiley on the rocks.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.